time to strap in and get ready.
The leaders in AFL Supercoach are incoming, helping you win your leagues and climb up the rankings.
You're now listening to the Insight AFL Show with your hosts, Big Horse and Skiddy.
Good evening and welcome to the Insight AFL Show. We are live this Wednesday night, the first week of AFL Supercoach Finals footy. We're talking finals. Yes, you're right, Skiddy. I have never seen a live Essendon finals win while YouTube has been created. How are you, mate?
Oh, I'm going fantastic, Horse. I'm sorry about that, but you never know. The season's not over yet, Horse. Game by game. You've only got to beat Fremantle, Gold Coast, Brisbane, and Sydney. So it's still a chance. It's still a chance.
We're tanking.
So it's all right. I'm going well, Horse. Going very, very well. How about yourself, mate?
Yeah, good. I've actually been really looking forward to tonight. We're getting the DMs, but there's a few people flooding in saying that they love listening to our banter and our shithousery, but also the footy knowledge that we throw out there. So it's become a staple, hasn't it? Every Wednesday night, every Sunday night, we sit in here, couple of stubbies, bit of shit talk, get around everyone. You love to see it.
It's a beautiful thing that we do. And I'm telling you, if we didn't have the best community, we would not be doing this. But that's just how good these guys are, and we got to keep going with that and keep repaying them because they repay us. So let's crack onto it.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are aware that you will be running low on trades. If you've got any trades at all left, I've just burnt my last one this week. I'm looking for finals glory. So overall, we are going to preview round 21. You're not going to want to miss our trading targets, who to fade this week, and injuries brought to you by our man, Deadly, who may affect your Supercoach team. But if you haven't yet, please hit like, subscribe, and the bell. Be a triple banger. Share us. Throw it out to your family and friends. Get your grandma to jump on and watch us talk shit about Campbell Chesser. We'd love to see it.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. But if you're not a part of our Discord either, down in the description below, just click the link, click AFL. Every game that goes on, we talk a lot of footy along with everyone else in our Discord. So get involved, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Skiddy, we're going to get straight into your squeeze of the week.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the squeeze of the week is now open. So all you have to do is put who you think is going to get the highest individual score from Supercoach this round in the chat or in the Discord. There's a subsection under AFL for Cups and Squeeze of the Week. So you can put your guesses in there. As you can see already, Corey is going Sam the Diddley Flanders at 179, which I love. Scorched is going where my mind's going, and that's Harry Sheezer, 163. Ian Johnson, Bont, 170. I love all of these. So all you have to do is put your guess in there. You guess who you're going to think is going to get the highest. Me personally, Horse, this week, I'm going the Shees God, and that's 171 for me this week. And if you obviously no double ups, we're learning from what happened in round 8. So we are one win per person. Whoever gets it in first in best dressed. And then we can go with, we can see who can try and win this one, Horse.
Yeah.
But just get them on in there, lads. And we can we have a crack. What are you thinking this week, Horse?
I'm going to go left field. And Essendon have been fucking shit house lately.
Oh, my God. There's no way.
I'm going Sean Darcy, 155. I think he's I reckon he's going to absolutely towel Sam Draper. And if, ladies and gentlemen, you look on Sportsbet right now and you see the odds of Fremantle at only a -7 handicap, you smash that.
Yep, I can see that too.
Skiddy's a long way. Yeah, there we go.
Sorry, you don't care that it's down here in Melbourne, but yeah.
The last two times Fremantle have played Essendon in Melbourne, they've won by 38 and 44 points.
Wow. Okay. Alrighty then. Then I will back you on that, but I will not back you on the Darcy one because if Goldie plays, then that's downhill. If it's Draper, then yeah, I'm on board.
Goldie's 100 years old.
Goldie's still elite, mate. He's been the best defensive ruckman this season.
Yeah, he has been. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm going to stick with Darcy.
Okay.
There we go. Now, courtesy of our man Deadly in the chat, in our Discord, we're now going to go through the injuries.
Horse, quickly, just before we get stuck into the injury report, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to play along with us at home, we do a thing called the Cups, and in that, we name a cup after each individual game, and it has to be a player that has played for both of those teams. For instance, we can look at, the Dogs and the Ds. It'd be a player that played both at least one game for the Dogs, at least one game for the Ds. And it's also a retired player, but I will choose an active player if there's no other retired players. So if you want to be a part of that, if you go 9 from 9, then we will name the cups after you, and you'll also win something from our merch store, which is banging.
Yep. Skiddy. James Bond's brother, Grant 007's asking if you went to Eltham Highs.
I will not confirm or deny, but maybe. And also, yes. And Ian Johnson, again, our man, thank you very, very much.
You know what? This man has been very generous for us in the past couple of weeks. So, Ian, I'm going to give you a discount this week, mate. If you get 6 out of 9 with the Cups, I will buy you your ticket when you come to Melbourne to watch the footy with us in round 24.
I rate that from you, Horse, because he was in my DMs and asked me how much it was going to cost for me to give up the Cups for him, and I said to him, "No, the Cups have integrity, and I will not be bought unless."
Good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, quick injuries that we need to go through before we start our games. Jordan De Goey is a test to play in Pendles' 400 with an ongoing groin complaint. Jordan Ridley, from the Essendon Footy Club, he's done. He's done for the year. He's out with a hip flexor for 3 weeks. So that is season ending. Took Miller. Gold Coast expect him to be available next week. So, no, we're not looking here. Stephen Canilio, potentially this week. Josh Kelly, not. Oh, here we go. They're both ruled out this week, but GWS are hopeful that they're both back next week. So, Peatling might be half a shout this week, mate, if you're looking for someone a bit cheaper.
And also Finn Callahan as well. Both of those two can be absolutely on the board with that.
Yep. Caleb Windsor will spend some more time on the sidelines with a low-grade syndesmosis injury.
And he's been
Christian Salem returning next week, they believe, with a hamstring. With his history of hamstrings, probably give him an extra week on top of that. Tell us about North, mate. What's it go with Colby, Fish, Eddie Mazda?
Colby looks to be back this week, so that's good. No more foot complaint, but Fish will be a test, as well as Eddie Mazda, our man, Charlie Combin, the condom, and Aiden Core. So hopefully they can all pass fitness tests and be all right to play this week against Richmond. I think that I reckon Combin probably will. Core probably will. Fisher probably as well. Eddie Mazda maybe not. So that's the way that I lean with that, Horse. And then Dusty and Toby Nankervis should be all right to return for the Tigers this week, which I hope they do not. And Tim Taranto is having some back issues, which he suffered on the weekend. Combin just pulled up a little bit sore over the weekend from the game against Geelong. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. I'll let you guys know once the main training is done tomorrow on the North, guys. And Tom Barrass is unavailable for West Coast this week after having delayed concussion symptoms, and he will enter protocols. I think that just means that he is going to have the extra time to go meet with Hawthorn to then become part of one of the best teams the AFL is going to be seeing for a while.
Wrong.
Sorry, who am I missing?
Flagged ons.
Right.
Players available to return this week. We're tanking at the moment. Jordan Dawson, he's back. Harris Andrews, Brisbane, back. Blake Acres should be back for Carlton. Harry Nkoi, with that mystery illness after being concussed the week before, he's back. Bo McQuarrie is back. Nathan Kruger, for those of you that held on to him, he's back, but you should sell him. Mateus Filippo is back, ladies and gentlemen. The Pooh Man is back. And
Mr. Hanky is what we're going to call him, Horse.
There. We can call him the Hanky.
Mr. Hanky, yep.
James Rowbottom, he's been meeced dearly by the Sydney Footy Club. He's back this week. Putting Jeremy McGovern and our man from the West Coast Eagles is back. Duggan! He's back! Duggan!
He's back. I wonder if people like us saying Duggan or not, but it's all right. That's what we're going to do anyway.
Yep.
Horse.
Yes.
Who's had day ones?
The Standard Squeeze. Are you sick of breaking glass bottles, your beer going warm, or your coffee going cold? The Standard Squeeze have everything you need to drink responsibly, pardon me, but also conveniently. The Standard Squeeze products are made from food-grade quality plastic, so you can measure the perfect pour each time. You can go to the website, thestandardsqueeze.com, and use the code IS15 to get yourself 15% off everything in store. Mate, the first game, Western Bulldogs, Melbourne. One of two Friday night games. I don't know why they're putting on two at the same time, mate. But anyway, it's an earlier start. It's a 7:15 start at Marvel, and we've got Western Bulldogs versus Melbourne. I reckon we've had this one before.
I think no. Wait, have we? Or maybe we have, but I can't fully remember there. But maybe I changed up the cups. I can't remember what's going on here, Horse. No, we probably did, but yeah. Indoors at Marvel. I know why that we've got two games on Friday night, Horse. It's because obviously the AFL needed to see the blockbuster between North Melbourne and Richmond. No other games overlapping there on Saturday morning. So well done there to AFL. But yeah, round one they last played. So no, they haven't had this cup before, Horse. And the Western Bulldogs and the Melbourne Demons Cup. The clue was I have coached an AFL game, and that is Lukey Beverage.
So who have we got here? Who got him? Corey?
Yeah, a couple of the boys got him. Corey got him. Corey has nailed that. I think there was a couple of other boys that got it. I'm pretty sure Ian got it as well. So we've got a couple of boys that are on the board early, which is nice to see. Very, very nice. And, Ian went Daniel Cross. So
lucky I've given him an extra couple.
That's so true. Horse, Bailey Dale, under the roof of Marvel. It's what we love to see. Daily Bale. My apologies.
Thank you.
Is that what I said? Yep.
Yeah, Daily Bale. Yep. That's who it is.
Daily Bale. Yep. Daily Bale. Under the roof of Marvel. That's all we need to know. He plays better under the roof of Marvel. It's fine. He's going to be keep holding into our back line. So, that's fine by me. Bont. Horse. Do you feel like Bont is going to go big this game against the D's?
Yes. And he will have my VC loop.
Oh, okay. I can definitely see that. I like that very, very much.
Yeah. So my VC loop this week at the moment is Marcus Bontempelli into Sheasel. So, Tim English, he's at Melbourne. He's too far away from WA. He's not going to go large. Too bad. If you've got him, you've just stuck with him now. Adam Treloar, he's been a star of late. 146 last week, 91 in round one against them, but 132 last year against the D's. No Petraka. Oliver's down. Gorn's hurt. Expect him to go large. And Ed Richards, 117 Supercoach points last week and a perfect swingman. In fact, I put something out on social media today that if you've still got Luke Ryan and you've got the trades, I would absolutely go sideways from Luke Ryan into this guy, Skiddy.
Yeah, I could definitely see that as well. I think there's a couple of other back options that we could have a crack at, but Ed Richards is definitely up there being one of the better ones that we could be bringing in there if we need a defender. So I really like that shout from you, Horse. I reckon you're onto one there. For the Ds, before we get into the Ds, though, get your guesses in for the West Coast Eagles versus the Gold Coast on Friday night. What cup is that going to be there, ladies and gentlemen? Jasper makes a good point, though. Neil Bullen to Treloar. There is a genuine chance of that, but it's so hard to know when Neil Bullen is going to go to these type of players or not. He's been very inconsistent of when he's going to tag and when he's not going to tag. So, but that's a good shout. I do like that as well, because obviously Treloar is going to have a pretty high asking price and pretty high for disposal over-unders as well. So good shout there from you, Jasper. For the Ds, Clayton Oliver. He had 92 last week. It's his third best score of the year, which is 105, which is what he got last time against the Dogs in round one. I know you're so done with him. So, I can't trust him.
Brother, what's that?
Yep,
smart.
Done.
Great shout. Trent Rivers, he only had a 90 last week, Horse. But that's good in the fact that he is getting more CBAs now that Gawn is back. We saw him go to the half-back flank, which is
100%.
he's back flank, but he's a better in and under type operator in the midfield. So that's why I want to see him stay and continue to learn and continue to play there. He'll eventually take over the Jack Viney role. And I like that as well. When Petrarca comes back next year, he can work well with track. So I want saying in there, it's better ones for him. How worried about you for Max Gawn are you right now with how bad the ankle is? Because he didn't look 100% last week.
No, I didn't, but I expect him to bounce back this week. And his last two scores against Timmy English, 162 and 140. So I expect him to bounce back in a big way this week.
Horse, what do we always say? Tim English has been giving up bulk scores to Ruckman for Supercoach Ruckman this year. Like, he has been such a bad defensive Ruckman. So why can't Gordy do it again?
Yep, that's exactly right. West Coast, Gold Coast, Friday night, 8:30 at Optus Stadium in Perth. A quick giveaway to those of you that don't know who this could be. His brother owns a landscaping business in Bendigo, so you've got 30 seconds to research that before we jump in.
Well, mate, I had no idea who that was, so sweet. I mean, I knew him more for, his work that he's done at Essendon. He's done some great stuff, bringing in some big names. All right, so that's 30 seconds up.
It is the Matt Rosa Cup. Everyone's got it.
Yeah, the boys are on the money there. It is Matthew Rosa. He was the clue of. He was the emergency for a grand final winning team, which he was the emergency for the West Coast Eagles back when I think it was 2006 when they won.
Yep.
So for the Eagles horse, Elliot Day.
Oh, I love hearing that.
It's on the money every time. He's been solid. 104 last week. He's got an 138, 110, and 132 the last three times against the Suns horse. That is saucy.
Real saucy. And you know what? A midfield without Took. Gold Coast away from home. I'm tipping West Coast.
Oh, you're tipping West Coast?
I'm sorry. Yep, I'm tipping West Coast. Yep.
I'm tipping Gold Coast.
Away from home?
Yep.
They borderline need to line up at Centrelink for the disability pension away from home. They are
so do West Coast. West Coast need to at all facets of their game. No, wait. They played in the Derby last week, didn't they?
Yeah.
West Coast.
Are we bolted betting?
No, I'm going West Coast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Harley Reid Harley Reid had 29 touches last week versus the Dockers, and he's now under 400K. Hopefully, he just keeps going down for a big 2025, and we get him nice and cheap. This bloke, Duggan, Liam. Good to have our man Duggan back after a couple of concussions. It's probably not doing him too well with us yelling Duggan into the mic, but. The last two times he's played the Suns, he scored 119 and 132. So he's going to be nice and cheap for the start of next year, Skiddy.
Which is going to be bloody beautiful to see for us also. Don't mind Duggan off of halfback. And then Puddin, McGovern, hopefully he's back in this week, which it looks to be the case. Love to see him being brought back in. Obviously, that was a nasty hit with his lungs and ribs the other 2 weeks ago. Ladies and gentlemen, please get your tips in for the North Melbourne versus Richmond Cup. If you want to keep going to try and win, or just have a bit of fun, that's all right. Try and guess it. We do have clues that go into our Discord each and every Tuesday to help you guys get a good chance. That's why these guys are so good at guessing it. They do not just pull them out of their asses, but sometimes they do. Gold Coast horse. Noah Anderson, he averages 133 points at People's First Stadium, and away he only averages 80. Now, I don't know about you, Horse, but Optus Stadium is not in the Gold Coast, which means it's going to be closer to that 80 side.
Yes.
But Horse, last time West Coast played Gold Coast, Noah Anderson, 151.
Oof.
And I know what you're going to say. Was that at People First Stadium? It was at People First Stadium. What did he score last time he played West Coast in Optus Stadium? 80.
There you go. We couldn't be more bang on the money with that one. Nick Moyle, has been really good since Wits, but he's a sell now, mate.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I'm selling Boyle, even if he wasn't the sub.
Our man, Mr. 20 tons in a row. He's throwing out tons like Bradman, mate. Sam Flanders, our man, the Diddley, continues to be the only man to ton up in every Supercoach game this year, and I expect that to continue. Matt, your man,
our man
Matt,
Grant,
what?
mate. Grant's making a good point. Campbell Chesser is a chance this weekend, horse, and that is a C option if Campbell Chesser gets picked. Yeah, we all know. We all know he's that good. Yeah, our man, Matt Rowell. 136, 165, 157 in his last 3 games against West Coast, horse. That's right. At West Coast, 165. Unbelievable, horse. It could be the bounce back that we need. Can Matt Rowell do it? If he goes 120 plus, horse, I'm bringing his third name back.
Do you know what? And I want people to just highlight this or snip this if they want to. But Matt Rowell might be a sneaky chance for a goal or two this weekend, with Dimmer saying that he's playing forward this week.
If he plays forward, I'm so angry. Let's take the best.
They've said that they're going to. They said that they're going to
Yeah.
throw him around and may even try him forward in the weeks to finish the year because he is not right.
Unbelievable. Well, that's annoyed me, and Dimmer's just going to continue to annoy me with that. So bugger it. I'm just going to have to hope for Matt Rowell goals. Let's see if he gets over 120, and let's see if he can get his third name back, horse.
Yeah. For West Coast, though, Clay Hall is making his debut this weekend. Someone that we've been keeping an eye out on all season.
Yep. About bloody time.
Next game, mate. North versus Richmond, Saturday afternoon, 1:45. It is at Marvel Stadium.
Yes.
This bloke is probably best known for being a horse.
Being a horse, you reckon?
Yes.
There is a... Okay, yeah, I can say that for you. So Jasper's gone for one of my favourites as well, Robbie Tarrant. But no, it's not the Robbie Tarrant Cup, because how can I go past this man, horse? How can I go past Robin Nahas? Nahas! Why? Why Nahas? Elite. Obviously,
you've nailed it. He's the human tripod.
Obviously, obviously that is the one that BT made a meme out of. And but Kizza, I'm sorry, I can't in good faith call Nahas the tripod when Josh Caddy's walking around with his how you going swinging. No. Caddy's taken over that.
Nahas could use it in one of those. You know how they've got the outback bushmen that they get the bulls running around the arena and lash to them? Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
What play on there? Nahas. I'll have to.
Big play on. LDU, though.
I wasn't unfamiliar with your game.
Yeah, his game's a good game. LDU would have scored another 100 if he could kick straight last week. Normally scores well against the Tigers, though. And the Tigers give up the most amount, is it?
Yes,
of Supercoach points to midfielders.
So midfielders and forwards.
For the likes of LDU, the Expectrum this week may not go as large because Nank is a harder ruckman to play against. Mm-hmm. But I am all over Harry Sheasel in this game, mate.
Oh, mate. I am all over Sheasel as well. He's my squeeze of the week pick this week. I'm going to have the VC or the C firmly planted on Shees. Mate, 160 last week, 25 contested disposals, needs 84 touches to break the North all-time record for disposals in a year.
And he's still a teenager.
Still a teenager. If he wins the best and fairest this year, first teenager since 1937 or some bullshit to win 2 best and fairest as a teenager. Yeah, mate, he's unbelievable. And he is going to get my CLVC easily this week. Jai Simpkin, Wardlaw's back, but this is a good run coming up for North. They have the Tigers and the Eagles. pretty nice if you still need one more forward to go. You could have a look at Jai. He still gets midfield time.
Yeah, he does. Yep.
He can get scores. He can generate. And these are two bloody good matchups for him. Colby McKercher will be coming back from a foot injury, hopefully this week. Would be a nice M9 D7. But again, there could be better matchups that would be more of a dominating kind of game to get him more of the ball out of the back line. Mm-hmm. So that's why I kind of read with that horse. Ladies and gentlemen, I do see that there's a few people that are 3 for 3 in the Cups right now. Let's see if you can keep it going. Geelong versus Adelaide. Get your tips in for that Cup horse. But do you like anyone out of Richmond, horse?
No.
Oh, good. Good. I couldn't agree more, horse. So what I'm going to do this week, instead of us just skipping over Richmond, I'm going to ask you a quick question about what you would do if you were the Richmond list manager, right?
Okay.
We've got Shai Bolton, we've got Rioli, and we've got Liam Baker, who are all looking like maybe leaving to other clubs next season. How many firsts would it take you to give up Liam Baker to either West Coast or Fremantle?
One.
Perfect. If it was Rioli to the Suns, how many would you be asking for Daniel
I think
Rioli?
2 is a bit steep. I think a first and a second.
Okay, so first, second, would you take a first and maybe a fourth?
Yes.
You take that? Okay, right.
Yep.
Just to get him out. Yep, I can definitely see that too. I think they can ask the price up for Rioli, but I can say that. And then the big one though, how about Shai Bolton? Would you, let's say he wanted to go to Fremantle, he's got 4 years on his contract. Fremantle had 3 first-round picks. What would you be asking if you were Richmond if they were inquiring about Shai Bolton?
Shai Bolton's much better with better cattle around him. So we've seen him struggle this year, but in years gone by, he's been really good in teams where the asset isn't so much on him and there's other good players around him to take the heat off him. So if he's going to Freo, probably going to cop a bit of heat for it, but I reckon he's worth 2. If he goes to West Coast, he's worth 1 because he's going to be the hit man. He'll get the attention and he won't be as good.
Yeah, okay. Yep, I can definitely see that too. And I think that's bang on the money there, horse. I really like that analysis from you. Yeah, I agree. But I think Bolton, if he does go, I think he will go Freo. And then one more question for you. If you were Liam Baker, right, and you're having, I think he's gone from Richmond, right? But would you go to your home? Would you go to your home? The team you grew up following in West Coast, or would you go to the team that could maybe bring you another? What is it, a 3rd or 4th Premiership Cup in going to Freo? Which way would you go?
If you're going to be traded back home, I value success over money, personally. Yep. So I would absolutely go to Freo, even though he was a West Coast supporter growing up. I think if he goes to West Coast, he's in for a much of the same run as what he was at Richmond this year. And there'll be smashings, there'll be beltings. Footy isn't as enjoyable when you're getting pumped by 50 points each week versus, Freo have had some really good games this year where they're, punching teams flat out. They're sitting 3rd or whatever they are on the ladder at the moment. They look good. They're a genuine premiership contender, I believe.
Yep.
Footy's just that much more enjoyable when you're winning. So,
Yep. Absolutely, horse. All right. Love that from you, mate. Good little switch up. Let's bring that back. Jasper thinks that Archer will go to Rioli, which I do like. And I think there was another one where it was Will Phil if he's named maybe to Bolton. But, I mean, would they? Maybe it's Hopper. I think Hopper would probably be maybe more of the
Hopper
likely one.
Taranto's
probably out with the back. Yeah, that's why I think it's Hopper.
Right. Yeah.
All right, horse. Let's move on to the Geelong versus Adelaide game. And I see a couple of people that have got their guesses in, horse. And the one that I'm waiting for to see, though, is I don't know if I see Deadly's choice.
We need come on, Deadly, sort it out.
But I think he's still waiting to see. So, Grant, I'll just let you know, mate. I see that you've changed the guess. But, yes, Tyson Stengel, we wouldn't do that because Stengel still plays for Geelong. So, I do try to change that up in that fact. Ladies and gentlemen, Deadly, I do see it.
He's got it.
No, he hasn't. who's got it is the boys up here in Corey Blackledge and Ian Johnson with the J. Podsiadly Cup. It is the clue was won a goal kicking title for one club, and J. Pod obviously won it for Geelong.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So that's the way that we're going to go about it. And unfortunately for the guys there, but Corey is on the money. He's 4 from 4 at the moment, Horse. We love to see this. Can he get it? All the best, Corey. Keep it up, mate. Geelong, Horse, talk to me. Max Holmes. He's been on fire.
I'll go through Geelong here. So Maxi Holmes, he's been a bit down lately, but he has been really good this year. He's still at 500K. Yeah, if it's dry at GMHBA Stadium this weekend, he'll be good. Lawson Humphries, he's been really good to have as our loop option off the bench. So if you've got him there and one of your primos fail, there was a stat that came out today, though, that Lawson Humphries averages less at GMHBA Stadium with the skinnier grounds than what there is on the big, wider grounds. So just be careful there. But midfield Tom Stewart is something that you shouted out a few weeks ago, mate. 5 tons in the past 6 games since moving into the midfield. 139 last week against North Melbourne. 134 last time against the Crom. And since round 14, he is the 5th ranked Supercoach defender we have.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely, mate. How good's that? I mean, he's been absolutely on fire. That midfield has completely turned it around, and he's still getting those intercept marks. If we can actually, I need to get into our Geelong sources, Horse. What if it is a mud pit again? We need to get that checked out.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Change the game to Queen Elizabeth Oval in Bendigo. Would love to see it.
Oh, that'd be nice. Or even Mars Stadium in Ballarat. Really stuff them up. Jeremy Cameron, 2 goals, 2 last week, Horse against North for 91 Supercoach points. He was pushing up the ground more with Shannon Neal playing a little bit more closer to goal. That's good to see that Jess is moving back into his original spot. So, like to say that. And Sam DeConing, though, that bloody hurts. The fact that he just went back for no goddamn reason and Blitzarves played the whole ruck contest against Tristan Cherry. Annoying. Need him to stay in the ruck for him to go any big type of scores, Horse. Really don't like to say that. Get your tips in for the Cup of Collingwood versus Carlton. No, it's not Scott Pendlebury. But I would love to see who you guys choose for that one. For the Crom, Horse, we got news. Jordan Dawson.
He's back.
Love that. Love that.
I don't say this other bloke's name, so you go with it.
Sorry. Crouch Potato, Matt Crouch, maybe back.
No, not about it. Billy Dowling, 101, 83 and 63 in his last 3. He's a solid swing guy that we've got late this year, giving us some good scores. At the moment, he's a reliable loop option, so make sure that you've got your loops correct before starting the weekend. Rory Laird has a 5-round average of 103.6. Looks good on the surface, but that's without Dawson and Crouch. And if both of Crouch and Dawson are back, then he's done. Ben Keezo. He finally had a down week last week after being on a massive roll. 73 Supercoach points last week. 35 and 42, though, the last 2 times he's played Geelong.
Yeah. Don't like to see that, mate. And, we need to see a lot more out of the Keezer than that. I mean, he can't be playing Essendon, getting Ben Mackay, giving him every single week, and then Rankin's back. So, for those, if anyone had Keezer, no thanks, mate. Let's go on to Collingwood and Carlton. Corey, I said Collingwood and Carlton. Right?
Eddie Betts didn't play at Collingwood.
Yeah, he played Adelaide and Carlton. I'll give you off on that one. I know. You obviously heard the wrong ones. That's okay. Horse, first of all, I just want to say, what an absolute man that Scott Pendlebury has been for the game of AFL. He hasn't been the best player, but he is the AFL history and career mode of disposals, the longevity that he has been able to possess and how he's been able to play the game at such a high level for so long. He's been unbelievable. So I think, hats off to Pendles. Well done on being in the 400 club. I think you've done everything you need to do, Pendles. You don't have to go around next season and try and break Boomer Harvey's record. I think that's safe. Just don't worry about it, mate. But congratulations.
Did you know that Pendles has a basketball background?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask. I was so unaware of that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Anyway.
It's almost like, he hasn't been told about it 500 times every single time he touches the ball. My God.
Is this the clue to who is the Tinder merchant?
No, it's not, Horse.
It's not. Okay.
No. This is the clue to I am now the face of a betting app. And surely all the boys, or Kizner obviously knows because that's our Punters Club president. Obviously, Daisy Thomas is the face of PointsBet, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
Yep. And Deadly, are we serious?
Yes.
Yes.
But
Now,
I'm deadly serious.
Deadly serious. Yeah, I like what you did there. Been solid with a 121 last week. His 100.9 average isn't moving the needle at all. So we're not worrying about him, especially against a defensive ruckman like Pitt and Nat. Nick Dacos, what a ripper of a game last week. 147 Supercoach points off 40-something touches last week. 150 against Carlton earlier this year. Could he get off the chain again in Pendles' 400th?
I think there's a good chance. He's obviously going to be putting his ass out on the line and he's going to be really working to make sure that he puts on his best foot forward to be able to do this for Pendles. Like the whole Collingwood Football Club's going to be able to do it. He's been a legend for it. They're going to obviously try and play out their ass. So I like that. Kruger probably comes back in HIA. Do you reckon Cox takes his spot?
They're both shit. I don't care. Hopefully Collingwood misses the finals.
Oh, let's hope so. Yeah, that'd be great. But we've got to keep it going. But yeah, again, congrats to Pendles. He's been bloody awesome.
And that's it for Collingwood. I'm really not interested in anyone else.
Yep, I love that too. Get your tips in for the Port Adelaide versus Sydney Swans game. This was a bit of a rough one, but there's not really many good players that have gone between Port and Swans. But who do you like for Carlton?
Paddy Cripps only 68 last week in round 8. Sorry, he only scored 68 in round 8 against the Pies and doesn't normally score well against the Pies. But it's been a while since the Pies have been this vulnerable. So could be a how you going week this week, mate.
Yep, I like that one too, mate. So we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. I
do like Sam Walsh better though.
I like Walsh better too. And the fact that Pies don't tag and they just back their system in, I really, really like that. So yeah, I'd also probably prefer Sam Walsh, and he needs to have a kick up the arse and be able to do something better. Charlie Curnow, 119 last week. He's been really up and down in his career versus Collingwood. 109 Supercoach points and 137 in his last two in 2023. But he only had 57 this year against the Pies when they last played them. Darcy Moore to him. Darcy Moore's been playing pretty shit as of late, but he bounced back pretty well last week. I think it's going to be a good matchup.
Yep. This next one I am really on this week. And that's Nick Newman. And he's my pod, ladies and gentlemen, that I am bringing into my team this week that is less than 500K. 479K defender. Last two times he's played against the Pies at the MCG, 148, 137. And then he's got the Hawks, who he scores well against. And then he's got the Eagles to finish off.
Bang.
I think we've got a bang-on scorer here to finish the season here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. I love that one from you, Horse. You know, I've always been big on Nick Newman, so I'm backing you in on that one, mate. I really, really like that. Great favourable draw as well. We go to Port versus the Swans. And yes, Horse. So there's a couple of guesses that have come in. And
I'd rate that Adam Huskus. I love that.
I hate him.
Really?
Mate, didn't he get accused of beating up a woman or something like that?
Wasn't that Nick Stevens?
No, I'm pretty sure that was him too.
Really?
That's why I didn't want to call the cup after him, because I remembered who he is. But that's why I went Sam Gray instead, because Deadly's on the money with that one.
He's more free than an STD in a strip club.
He was the man that kicked 6 goals. He kicked 6 goals, 3. 6 goals, 3 in a game against Gold Coast when he was pretty... I'd say there was a chance that at one point, Sam Gray was probably the best player in the AFL for like a 3-week period. He was averaging 35. 35 and a goal, I'm pretty sure he was averaging for 3 rounds. And I'm pretty sure he had almost 9 Brownlow votes in those 3 games.
Wow. And then he just turned to shit.
Yeah, I think then he went to Port. And it was
Grant, you're spot on too. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you, Grant. Let's go to the Swannies, Horse. Oh, sorry. Let's go to the Power, actually.
Power up.
So I don't believe that there's many people that are going to be watching this game because obviously Pendle's 400s will probably surpass Sydney Port Adelaide, but that's all right. We'll still watch it and we'll still give you the down low on it. Butters, third most points this season, Horse. But I worry this game big time that we could either see a James Jordan or if James Rowbottom is back, a tag from either one of those straight to Zach Butters.
Yeah. Yeah, we see it. Yeah, one of the two. I think James Rowbottom goes to Connor Rozee, personally.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that. I thought my initial thought was James Rowbottom to Zach Butters and then James Jordan to Horn Francis.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yep. But I can also see Rozee too.
Yeah, I think when Rozee struggles, Port struggle.
Yeah, I can see that.
So Butters can still get off the chain, which is fine, but without that polish in and around the contest and being able to use the ball, I think that's where Rowbottom goes. And I think Horn Francis won. James Jordan to him straight off the bat. Yeah. I think that's locked in. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a tick. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Like that. So I'm worried about a lot of these matchups, really. I mean, Ollie Wines had a great week last week. Let's see if you can back him in to go against Errol and Heaney. So we'll see that. And then, Horse, again, now I'm worried again because we got Dan Houston, who's gone 77 and 76 in his last two games against the Swannies. And they are bloody good at nullifying runoff of half back. So this could be another stinker from Houston, which I don't like.
It could be, but Sydney have been down lately. Like they've lost 4 of their last 5. So
that's true.
I'm not as worried as what I would be a month ago.
Horse, I feel like that game from the Bulldogs last week is, when those movies where they pick them up by the collar and then their feet are dangling off the ground like this and they give them a couple of smacks? Mm-hmm. That's what the Dogs did to the Swans last week. I think the Swans are going to come back and be like, all right, let's pull our heads out and let's figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. For Sydney, mate, and this is another one of my picks I'm going to go with early on for anyone that needs a midfielder, and that's Chad. He bleached a bumhole Warner. Sydney really need a big game out of him this week. He does have an uncanny ability to break the game open with his flair. 38 Supercoach points last week, and he's at 500K after being at 660K 5 weeks ago.
Yes.
This man just needs to get off the chain a little bit, and he will score heavily. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I can definitely see that. It's hard when you just it's hard when you got a guy that you're bringing in as a midfielder in your Supercoach team that plays mostly forward. That's where I kind of go it's a bit of an iffy line because if they start to play worse, then he's going to be nullified, and it's hard with that. We saw him last week. He had more CBAs than he normally had been, and he did worse than he was when he was a forward. So
he had 18 of 21 CBAs.
Correct. And he had 11 disposals, which is dog shit. But, yeah, I can still see at that price because he can be one of the most explosive players on the ground. I'm pretty sure he is currently leading the league in broken tackles this season. So he's above Harley Reid. He's above LDU. That's massive by Chad. Also, too, get your tips in, lads, for the Giants and the Hawks. What a game that's going to be, Horse. Giants and the Hawks Cup. Heaney, look, Horse, he's still a top 2 forward, but shit, he's been down the past couple of weeks. We need a bounce back. He's gone 72-82 after he's been suspended. Has it rocked him around mentally, you reckon?
I reckon it's the calm before the storm.
Okay, cool. I like that too. I don't think that's got him into mentally or anything like that. He's still playing the way he does. It was just an accident.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, he still had 20-something touches last week. It was just poor disposal efficiency. So, he'll be fine. Yeah. Errol Gordon is a gun. But, again, last week, only 99, keeping his price at a reasonable point. Yeah. He'll have a big one this week against Port, I feel.
Yep, I can see that too. Yep, 100% agree with that. And Brodie Grundy, 96 last week versus English. Wasn't his best, but I love the matchup of Brodie Grundy versus Jordan Sweet. That is a 100% certain horse.
Mm-hmm.
You good?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The noise in my headphones just went a bit funny.
Lovely. Lovely.
You've heard it here first. Brodie Grundy will get rested before the end of the year.
Yep. I can see it too. I just don't think it's going to be this week.
No. But for your Supercoach Grand Finals, if you're looking to bring in a ruckman, please don't bring Grundy in. I haven't got confirmation that it's going to happen, but the word is they're going to rest him before finals. So,
Yep.
yeah. And the Lizard, Nick Blakey, he's too up and down to be considered as a top 6 defender. So, and Kizza, you're absolutely right, mate. You hit the nail on the head. Chad Warner last week around the ground, he was sitting way on the outside, way outside of the structures, and it was almost like he was shirking the contest and playing a bit of bruise-free footy. So I think you'll find that will change this week. Now, do you know what won't change this week?
Oh, we're doing GWS and Hawthorn. It must be Ryan from Astute Newstead.
It absolutely is Ryan from Astute Newstead, mate. Your rate's above 6.2%. Want to buy a home? Maybe you want to refinance or renovate. Or maybe you just want to save some money like the rest of us. Then reach out to Ryan at Astute Newstead for an obligation and cost-free inquiry. His link tree is down below in the description. Use the code INSIGHT and tell him the boys at Insight sent you. Yes.
Call him at 2 a.m. and let him know A, how good Winnie Blues are, and B, trees in the chat. Actually, just send him a message with the tree. He loves that.
Can someone, just let him know that Lockie Whitfield is actually the second-ranked midfielder at the moment, defender at the moment in Supercoach. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely, Horse. He is on a fuego, isn't he not? So he must have had a pretty good week last week as well, if he's a sponsor again.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about Lockie Whitfield as our first player. Oh, you got to do the cups. Sorry.
We got some great guesses here. G'day, Scorch. He was obviously talking about and Scorch is Misso, obviously talking about Chad Warner. Grant is right. This game is going to be huge. Joe, my man, sorry, mate, it is not the Tom Scully Cup. Grant, no, it's not the Liam Cameron Coaches Cup, even though that is a very, very good get by you. I'm going to have to start making these cups a bit better. But yes, Corey, you're a bang on the money there, my man. And Deadly, mate, obviously Johnny Patton was the Tinder merchant. Come on. I can't believe that made you stress so much, Deadly. Like, obviously, it was Johnny Patton. The man literally lived on Tinder and would send out the exact same message to every single bird in the area.
Yep. Radius 300 Ks.
Yeah, big time.
Just boom.
Mate, he was getting people from Papua New Guinea when he went to Melbourne.
Unbelievable. But anyway, for GWS, Lockie Whitfield. And I've actually I've got a photo of Lockie Whitfield here somewhere. Let me show you. Oh, no, it's not. It's Ryan from Astute Newstead. But anyway, thank you, Ryan, for sponsoring Lockie Whitfield. 133 last week. And he's only been under 100 once in the past 12 games. 106 the last time against the Hawks in round 13 too. And you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't read about it, but he's almost 600K, Skiddy.
He's nearly 600K for the Winnie Blues. What a man. Great job by you, Horse. Toby Green, 107 last week versus the D's, but this will be a lot tougher, obviously, against the Hawks. 64 in round 13. Remember, they have played the Hawks before this year. That was when Sicily got hit after he kicked it, and then they gave that free kick to Luke Bruce right to end the game on Tom Green. Speaking of Tom Green, he has never turned up in the 4 games that he has played the Hawks horse.
Really?
Yeah. So his highest is 97, I believe.
Do you actually want to know another fun fact about this game?
What's that?
The last time GWS and Hawthorn played in Canberra last year, it snowed.
Oh, it did too. That's when Clarko was running around with his top off. Pre-game. What an absolute hero he is.
Yep.
Love that.
Well, what else we got? Tom Green? No. Kieran Briggs? Just no.
Yep. No, couldn't agree more. But Briggsy obviously is a bit of more of a tough matchup for Meek, who is obviously
Lloyd
Meek is someone that we do like. He's an absolute unit. We absolutely love Lloyd Meek for Hawthorn. Mate, he's been so good since coming in. He didn't play this round 13 matchup against GWS. So I'm interested to see this Briggs-Lloyd Meek matchup. This is probably 2 of the biggest body ruckmen that aren't athletic, but throw their weight around, probably aside from Sean Darcy maybe as well. So I can't wait to see. This is just 2 big bastards just bumping into each other. I love that. Also, too, lads, get your tips in for Flag Dons versus Flag Mantle, which cup that is going to be.
I
What do you like,
genuinely
Hawk?
think that this is a danger game for Hawthorn.
Oh, I agree.
Last time GWS played them, yes, Hawthorn
should've
just won. Yep, but this was part of that multi where we tipped North to beat West Coast and we
Yes,
tipped
it
Richmond
was.
to beat Adelaide.
It was, yes.
For all
correct.
of you beautiful people that were in the chat, and we got the 60 to 1 multi.
Bang.
Yeah, GWS are in form now. It's in Canberra. I think
Yep.
Hawthorn, they've been in really good form of late, but they're still on the way up. They're not a good, or they're not a great team yet. They've been playing good as a team, but there's going to be hiccups along the way. They're still young, and I feel like this week will be the hiccup week.
Mm-hmm.
James Sicily, 73 last time he played, but it wasn't really down there too much. A 98 round in round 13 against GWS as well, which included that clutch mark and the game winner, didn't it, mate? So, Dylan Moore, 21 touches last week. He hasn't been kicking goals, but he's still averaging 100 over the last couple of weeks, so we love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you, mate. No, sorry. I saw Grant's Cam Rayner early Norm Smith prediction. I love that. That is it. If I could bet on that, I'd have a crack. Really love that. That'd be paying great coin too. Yeah, I love Dylan Moore. You know me, Horse. Absolutely love Dylan Moore. He's the 6th ranked forward this year, so I'm more than happy with that. But Horse, I'm laying something down for you. Dylan Moore's no longer my favorite Hawk. I have a new favorite Hawk.
Who is it?
Mate, I am absolutely loving what Connor McDonald is doing as of late. I know he's got the little Jedi bloody hair string and everything like that, and he does all of his little everything after he kicks a goal. I love what he's doing. He's backing it up. I love what he's doing.
He throws out gang signs after he bloody kicks a goal.
It?
He'll get shot.
Oh, okay, that's fine. But, mate, I love what he's backing it up on the footy field. What do you have? Another 28 and 3 or something like that on the week? Mate, he's been unbelievable in the past couple of weeks. Love what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just guess who your favorite Hawk is.
Massimo D'Ambrosio. But I'm not really going to say too much this week because he was a pretty ordinary last week at La Punta. So what you're going to do this week, Massimo, is you're going to get the football. You're going to kick it very long and go Forza Hawthorn and win a bit of the ball a little bit more for the people that have the bet on the Hawthorn Football Club. Looking at you, call a bit of pizza, a bit of pasta, drive a nice car, but be better and less shit this week, Massimo.
Grazie. Very well done there, Hawk. Yeah, so I think he'll bounce back. But awesome. This man, probably been the life behind this Hawthorn resurgence. That's Will Day. Another week, another ton. That is now 9 out of his last 10. And the only one he missed was 3 weeks ago, and he got a 92. So still not bad. He has been absolutely on fire. Horse, 20 disposals last week, 136. All class, Will Day. He looks like he should be a maths teacher. I don't care. He's one of the best midfielders in the game.
He's got a bit of chemistry teacher about him. You're absolutely right.
Doesn't he? Yeah.
Yep. Sit
I
down,
can see
kids. It's time to learn.
We're gonna learn what this equation does this week, and we're gonna see how that sulfate turns into salt.
Yeah. 1 + 7 = potato. Anyway.
Deadly going Dave for squeeze of the week. Love that. Love that.
Essendon versus Freo on Sunday afternoon, 3:20 at the MCG. Fair chance I won't be watching this, but who have you got, mate, as your cup? Because there's a few that are running on 6 out of 7.
Yep. Horse, I'm telling you right now, I thought this was going to trip up a lot of people because there's probably 3 notable players that have played for Essendon and Fremantle. One is Adam McPhee, but I'm never going to call Adam McPhee a tagger, right? No. Then the other 2, Dean Solomon and Ryan Crowley. And I reckon you could sit there and go, geez, they both fit the category, but the better tagger is definitely Ryan Crowley because he was an absolute pain in every goddamn bloke's ass. They hated playing Fremantle because they had to come up against Ryan Crowley. And you know why I picked Ryan Crowley for you, Horse?
Why?
You remember after Essendon did their doping saga and everything like that, and they needed to go the top-up players? And Ryan Crowley was probably your best one that you had. And he kicked that absolute beautiful goal from 45 metres out, started celebrating like an absolute jet. And you look at the scoreboard and you were down by 75 points.
Oh, well. Hey,
That happened.
Deadly brings up a really good point here. Champion Data ranked 47 players as elite, and Zach Merritt isn't one. That's horseshit.
What?
West Coast have 3 players in there, and Zach Merritt is not one of them.
Wait,
Nick Martin is not one of them.
You got to. So surely it's Elliot. Yo.
Yep, Jeremy McGovern.
W Train or Barras?
Yes. W Train.
W Train. Well, okay, I can say that, but come on, Zach Merritt's got to be in there. Like Sammy Durham.
There's just no one.
Wow, wait, that is how many of North players? Sheasel, surely.
I think there was like 3 as well.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Couple of that's
But anyway.
little.
No, I'm sorry, Scorched Earth. I won't be watching it Sunday afternoon. It is my son's 4th birthday, mate. So we're doing a little birthday party for him. But once I'm finished with that, I will be in the chat, mate. So I will be tied up for a couple of hours.
Yes, and it is the only team not to have a player in the in that league rank.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Yeah, it's
Wow.
terrible. But anyway,
Hint,
Nick
hint.
Martin. Yeah, 96 Supercoach points last week against the Saints. This will be much tougher. 124 last time against Freo. But Freo do tend to give up points to halfback flankers. And I reckon Nick Martin goes back now that Ridley is done for the year.
Yep. And he will get points off of that, which is what we absolutely love to see.
Yep.
If Martin does go, Ridley is now gone for the rest of the year, 3 weeks. That's unfortunate for him. Colwell, who's been fantastic horse, and you did say that you were more than happy of bringing in him for the F6 position, and he's done a beautiful job of it. He's got a 5-round average of 112. He's 570k now. Comfortable forward this year. He's gotten, in his last 2 games against Freo horse, 79 and 79.
He's much better this year.
Oh, 100%. Does he tag Sarong?
I reckon there's a big chance.
I do too, and I'm worried about it.
Yep. Zach Merritt is a gun, but unfortunately the Bombers are giving him fucking nothing in the way of support. 106 last week. Can he carry his team to a big performance this week? I hope so. And Ian Johnson, you're an absolute bloody deal. Last guess right equals ticket deal. Yep. If you get this last one right, mate, I will buy you your ticket. Done.
Yep. Okay. I love to say that. And thank you very much for the 3, my man. You're an absolute bloody legend.
Sorry, Deadly. Voice chat coming back this weekend, horse. As luck would have it, on Friday night, I'm going to let the people of the Discord choose as to whether you want the voice chat for Western Bulldogs versus Melbourne or West Coast versus Gold Coast. I'm going to jump in the chat. We can do play-by-play. We can talk footy, but I will open up the chat to anyone in the Discord if you want to watch the footy and talk footy with the boys that are in the chat in our Discord for the entirety of the game.
Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down now.
Yeah.
Yep, I can say that.
It'll be on.
I like that. Horse, quickly get your tips in for the last game, St Kilda versus Brisbane. And I just want to quickly highlight someone's horse. Deadly. So Joe said Callum Ward is listed as elite. That is got me absolutely stuffed. What are they on about? But Deadly said Sheasel and Xeri are the only 2 North elite. I don't know if those quotation marks are meaning that they are not elite. And if you are calling Sheasel not elite, Deadly, I have lost every credible thing that you've ever said. Because out of your goddamn mind. Mate, horse, don't you dare. Don't you goddamn dare.
Massimo D'Ambrosio is ranked as elite.
I'm glad you saw that one because obviously, I'm not allowed to click that one because otherwise,
Good.
Yeah. Fremantle, Luke Jackson scored 73 last week. Don't care. Darcy's back. You know what I say, Jackson? No, when Darcy is in the team. Yeah, so I don't like it either way. And even if Goldie's back, even worse. Jordan Clark, CKC, consistent as all hell. Love his run. He's only scored under 100 once in his last 10 games, horse. Absolutely fantastic there. Love to see that. How is Spectrum not elite? He is like 3rd in the AFL for tackles.
Luke Ryan scored 75 last week, and he's only gone over 100 once in the past 7 games. The Pierce absent absolutely kills his value. Hayden Young, like Martin, really good M9 D7 option and can pump out 120s when other premiums are down on form. He does have a 5-round average of north of 104, so we do love that. And also Caleb Sarong and Andy Brayshaw have both really stepped it up in the past couple of weeks. Brayshaw especially, he's got what is it? 4 of his last 6 scores are over 125. Caldwell goes to one of the two, and it really is a lucky dip because I feel like Durham could go head-to-head with Sarong, and Caldwell could go with Brayshaw a little bit more on the outside if required.
Yep, I can agree with that there with you. Big time there, Horse. Hayden Young, though, I think he can go pretty well this game, especially because Nat Fife's out. Also, too, Fifey, you owe my Hugs and Kisses roommate an apology. She was meant to go see you finally play, and instead of getting injured like you normally do, you decide to get suspended. Not happy, Jan. So love all that you just said there, Horse. And I think Young's going to be a good one, especially for Maltese.
Yeah. Moving on, St Kilda versus Brisbane Sunday afternoon at Marvel Stadium. You will not see St Kilda play the way they did last week against Brisbane. Essendon were just shit. And, hang on. When we're talking about Brisbane, Lachie Neale and Josh Darkley aren't in the elite list either.
Okay, I've lost all credibility for whatever this list is. Yeah, they're absolute idiots. Apparently, Brodie Grundy is also not on that list, which has got me absolutely stuffed. Horse, the one for this cup. Obviously, the only clue left is my brother has coached an AFL game, and
and I have coached this man before at the Orbost Footy Club in East Gippsland. Him and Michael. Yep.
Really. You coached Michael Voss.
Yes, 2012.
Unbelievable. So it is Brett Voss. He did play for both St Kilda and the Lions. I think he went Brisbane to St Kilda. So obviously Michael just went, I've had enough of
Brisbane.
Him.
Yep.
Yeah, pissed. I remember wasn't there good vision where Michael tried to punch him and he flinched?
Oh, I can't remember that.
I think there's a good I think there's a good one where they go to fist up and Brent goes, oh.
So, Jasper, Horse, haven't you met? So I grew up in Gippsland, mate, and coached the Orbost Snowy Rovers Football Club. And in the Weekly Times only about a month ago, Michael and Brett Voss's dad was rated the #1 country footballer from the past 75 years. He grew up in Orbost and his sons grew up there as well before moving away. And they came home to play one game. And it was just by luck for me that they came back the year I was coaching there. So that's how I got to meet both of them. Yeah.
Horse Flagged On wants to know, so is Horse responsible for Bont and Voss being the footballers they are?
You're Bont, I'm Voss.
Well, I can't say that because,
Voss
looks like
Voss,
both
Voss boys played after they finished their AFL careers, so I cannot take any credit for that whatsoever.
And I will claim Bont.
Yeah, you can, because you did. You kicked his ass in under 14 grand final. Rowan Marshall, 135 last week against the Bombers, who are usually really hard to score against. 95 and 154 his last 2 against the Big O, but the Big O's been a lot better this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Big O's been absolutely on Fuego. So I want to see how Rowan Marshall's going to be able to do this week, but I'm pretty sure this was the one where Marshall got injured in his leg early in the game, and then he was just kind of hobbling for majority of it. So I want to see how that goes. Nasiah Wanganeen Miller absolutely took the PI 55 last week, his highest score in Supercoach ever. 134 Supercoach points, and he's back at Marvel again this week. Also, another big tick, which is what we love to see. And Jack Sinclair, he's been unreal since round 8, 5-round average of 116 at the moment. Brisbane, a very hard matchup for running defenders, though, which is bloody disappointing. But that's all right. Let's hope that he can push through it. Horse, do you like anyone for Brisbane besides the whole midfield?
Dane Zorko.
Yep.
I think the Hermal Remedies are working a treat on his hamstrings. Against 138 last week, he plays the Saints, who give up a lot of points to halfbacks, and he's at Marvel. So the weather isn't going to play a factor in this. Yep. I think he goes large, and he went large against the Saints up there in the first 3 quarters. Remember, he was on like 100 at halftime.
Yeah, I think, he was on massive, and then, he went to sleep, and that was the first game of the round as well, and everyone had him VC'd besides me. I can absolutely agree with that on that. Horse. Let's talk about the midfielders though, because they've been unbelievable. Lachie Neale. He only had 70 last week against the Saints, but Horse. No Marcus Windhager this game.
No, he's not there. So,
yep.
Lachie Neale, Josh Dunkley, take your pick. Yeah.
Yeah. Both of them can go well. We know Dunkley has times gone to sleep when Neale has not been tagged, but then again, same as Hugh McCluggage. So it could be a bit of a toss-up there. The one thing that we can kind of know from most of the time, no tag on Neale, is that Neale generally gets off the chain when he doesn't get tagged. Corey's right. He did have 125, Dane Zorko. So we'll see how that one goes there. We'd love to see that. Horse, Deadly said, furious with the 7 out of 9. And he got the one that he was worried about right. And weakest piss be better. Flag Dons. Very nice by him.
Thank you. Appreciate
Horse.
it.
Just quickly as well, one thing I've just noticed, our man Chizza, 43, in the Discord, he's just gone 8 of 9 on the cups. He's missed by 1 cup.
Which one did you miss?
He guessed Josh Jenkins. Josh Jenkins. When in fact it was Podsy Adley.
Oh, no.
That is an unbelievable effort, though, Chizza. That's the first person that's ever gotten as high as 8. The boys are getting there. Next week, brother. That's really, really bloody good effort.
Ooh. Live as we get it. Geelong have tabled a multi-year offer to Jake Waterman. Wow.
Because I heard Geelong and Melbourne are circling. Yeah. And now Geelong have pulled the trigger.
So replace Hawkins with Waterman. That's good.
Horse, you know I love the W train.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do us for our teams for this week. What we do for those of you that are in the chat, for those of you that watch us weekly, or for those of you that have joined us for the first time, we recommend some buy, hold, sell, and some watch list items for you at home to keep an eye on. So to kick us off, mate, this is what we're buying.
Targets acquired.
Mate, Chad Warner, Mr. and Mrs. Bleached. Sydney need a big game out of him this week after the 38 he scored last week. Is it 500K against it's Port Adelaide this week, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I think he could have potential to bounce back to his hundreds.
Yep, I think he can too, mate. So I like that for the Bleached arsehole. He really needs to. He's getting more of the CBAs as well. Hopefully, he can just play a bit more inside and get more of the pill and do a bit more with it. You love this one, Nick Newman, and I love it too, Horse.
Love it.
480 defender, 148, 137 his last 2 against the Pies. So love that. Hawks, Eagles coming it up. Woo. Really love what you're bringing out there for Nick Newman, Horse. Anyone else that tickles your fancy?
Jai Simpkin. Now with Wardlaw back, it probably bites into his midfield time a little. But you know what? If we're getting constant 90s out of our F6, don't mind it at all.
And we're looking at West Coast and Richmond in the next 2 weeks, which is very juicy.
Very juicy. We're keeping our buys, our holds and our sells to an absolute minimum, so you know exactly which way we're thinking, ladies and gentlemen. So that's it for our buys. This is who we think you should be holding. Go.
Matt Rowell, Horse. I'm giving him this week to hold. I heard what Dimmer said he's going forward, but he played bloody well last week, and I think they need that for one more game without Tuk Tuk. And I think this is a game that he can do it. He has been on fire when he plays the Eagles. He has not gone under 150 in his last 3 games against the Eagles. I really bloody like it, Horse. So I'm going to hold Matt Rowell one more week. And as I said, if he goes over 120, I will increase and bring back his third Matt Rowell.
He needs it.
He
needs to score.
Ian, he definitely is a buy. Joe, you're on the money there. Chesser is definitely a buy and a hold if you already have, like the smart people in our chat already do.
And if you've got no trades left, you send the Herald Sun, the Daily Telegraph, whichever city, state that you're in, and you suggest that you want one more trade so you can bring Chesser in. Is that what you want to hear?
That's exactly what I want to hear, Horse. I know how much I heard. Who are you holding this week, Horse?
I don't know. Who am I holding? Isaiah Wangaleen Malera, the Wang. He continues to be very consistent down back for the backs, for the Saints, sorry. Those of you that thought you could get one game out of him last week and then trade into another primo, I don't think you need to. I think the role's there, and I think him alongside Sinclair, they're scoring pretty well together. So I think you can afford to hold for the year. Skiddy, your thoughts on Sam De Koning if anyone took the punt on him? Do you think it's worth holding?
So this is the hardest one right now. If you do have Sam De Koning, it is either a hold, because if he goes back into the ruck, then that is very promising and it should be no worries, happy keeping him there. But if he goes back in defense, you got to sell him. So if we see any inclination that he's going to be back in defense, he's going to remain in defense, he go on if you have the trades to be able to do so. And then that's all I like for the holds, Horse. You reckon we go a bit of a sell?
You want to go sell?
I reckon we sell it.
Who are we selling, mate?
For one, Horse, I've been saying it for weeks, and I'm selling Luke Jackson. Piss him off. He's with Darcy there. He's just hemorrhaging. He's not getting the right scores that we need. He's not doing it as a ruckman. He's not even doing it as a forward. I've been off him for so goddamn long, and if Darcy stays in there, it's just not enough for me. Perfect week to get rid of him too. If he's going up against the tandem of Goldie and Draper, I just can't see him scoring very, very well, Horse. Who are you selling?
I don't know. Who am I selling? Luke Ryan. I think he's got to be a sell. I put it out on social media today, and he's only scored once over 100 in the last 7 weeks. So the Pierce effect is absolutely alive and well. I think you go sideways into Ed Richards, or you can go sideways into Tommy Stewart even, and it won't cost you much more than 10K. So I honestly reckon that is a huge, huge way to go if you want to win your leagues, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome. Luke Ryan to Tom Stewart just sounds so sexy. And I think, how long have we been saying it for? I think it was the first time Alex Pearce got injured. Luke Ryan cannot play without that sexy Pearce of ours. He needs Alex Pearce down there. He can't play too much defensive, otherwise it just doesn't work for him. So, yeah, I 100% agree with you there, Horse.
Let's get into our watch list.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
I'll get you to run through these, mate, while I update our leagues for the people at home.
Oh, beautiful, Horse. So in our watch list at the moment, I am going to be watching the Bulldogs super rotation midfield that they've been able to pull out of their ass. We've seen so many good players that are in there, and it's so good that Jack McRae is now not able to get back into the midfield rotation, and he's thus been kicked out by Ed Richards, who has been amazing. So we got Bontempelli, Treloar, Libba, Ed Richards all rolling through there, and I think there's another one there as well, but all these guys are still scoring well. It's just what it's doing to Bont. Bont is obviously the one that is now spending more time forward because Treloar doesn't do it, Libba doesn't do it, and Ed Richards goes a bit more defense. So I just want to see if they're going to continue doing that or if they're going to keep pushing the way that they are going to as well.
Yep.
What I'm also watching for is Scott Pendlebury in his 400th. I just think he's just been such a great player for the game. How dare you all boo a champion? I know you're doing it right now behind your computer screens. Shame on you guys. But can't wait to watch that. That's going to be an absolute belter of a game just purely because of the crowd. I reckon the noise is going to be amazing. Carlton versus Collingwood, Pendle's 400th. Sign me up to watch that one. I'm really keen to see the Battle of the Spoon too, Horse. North versus Tigers. Can't wait to see that one, mate. No other game on Saturday morning as well. Oh, boy. Barn burner.
Won't that be a cracker?
Why are you saying it in that tone?
No, because I absolutely mean it in that tone.
It's going to be a great game, Horse. Your boy is going to be there.
North by 5 goals. GWS, mate. The redemption against the Flaghawk. GWS is my tip this week. Yep.
Yep, absolutely. Mate.
I see that you've got in the watch list here the Bombers to keep their finals hopes alive.
Yep.
I don't think we win another game this year.
I agree. But they need to come out and show us something because last week was an absolute joke. That was absolutely goddamn fucking atrocious by Essendon. They didn't fire one punch. They just laid down and let the Saints run all over them. And
not one.
They let Caminiti, Owens, and Membry just kill them. Like, come on, mate. Yep. No, can't be doing that. They need to show something here against the Dockers. So
we absolutely do, mate.
out.
Yep.
They've got to pull their finger out.
All right, so that's going to do us for our watch list. Now, Skiddy has put in a ton of work behind the scenes for your captain's choices this week.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
Hit us with it, mate.
All right, Horse. I will get stuck into some Capitans. Look, I had Marcus Bontempelli on there, but it's just kind of a bit of a, prelude. I don't fully believe... Actually, no, sorry, he's playing the D's. No, I do, actually. 126 last time against the D's round 1. I like it. I'm a bit worried about the rotation for the Dogs, but I still have faith in Bontempelli that he can absolutely take the PI 55. Max Gawn, 162. Now, this is only if you fully believe that Max Gawn's ankle is 100%, because I'm still a little bit worried about that horse. But Tim English does give up a shitload of Supercoach points to Ruckman, so I do like Max Gawn in that one. No Windhager tag for Lockie Neal, and I absolutely love that. I reckon he can get absolutely off the chain here against St Kilda. Where my VC probably lies here, Horse, I think it's pretty cut and dry. Diddley, Sam Flanders VC against Gold Coast, which I love. 141 last week, took the absolute piss. And straight into a Sheasel C against Richmond is another one that I absolutely love, Horse. So I think that
mine will be the Bont into Sheasel this week.
Like that. I think I'm going Diddley into Shees. So I like those ones. Shees, it's got big game written all over Shees right now. Yep. But also, too, the other way you could go, which is one that I don't mind, I could go Sheasel VC into Nick Dacos C, because he did have 150 last time against the Blues. He does like playing the Blues, and it's for Pendle's 400th. I can definitely get around. Get around Nick Dacos in that aspect. And then the other one that I'm going to put out there for a little bit of juice here, Horse, if you feel a little bit iffy, Dane Zorko against the Saints. Yeah, Deadly is on the money there. I like Zorko under the roof against the Saints. We saw what he did last time against St Kilda at 3/4 time. Went to sleep a little bit, but that's all right. I could also get around a Zorko VC. C.
Yeah, good, mate. So you've heard it from the man's mouth himself, what he believes his captain's choices are this week. And I don't think you've failed us once this year, mate. So for those of you at home, we've given you 7 options there. We'll put out our captain's post in our Discord tomorrow, which will go out with a bit of a rundown so you can choose which way you want to go. Now, before we start getting into question time, we're going to give our Unlimited League a bit of a shout out.
It's time for some news from around the league.
And with our Inside AFL Unlimited League, it is still being led by Team Thunderlips. Love that name. Coached by Gray, who is now 43rd overall. So he's dropped back a couple of spots this week.
Oh, Gray.
Last week. Yeah.
Good man.
Highest score for round 20 in our league went to Bright Sky, who's coached by Callan with a massive score of 2,633, which was only 100 off top score. So congratulations, Cal. We still have 4 in our Unlimited League that are inside the top 100, and we have 25 inside the top 1,000. If it is like how it was in previous years, the top 1,000, they get KFC vouchers. So hopefully that is still true. Yeah, it's not sure whether it's $20 or a $25 voucher to KFC.
Oh, Zinger box upsized with the Coke on the side and another throw the potato and grab him, get another burger on the side. Oh, my God.
Yep, that's exactly what it is, mate.
Oh, it's exciting.
We're going to talk Punters Club before we get into questions.
Yeah, a couple of Punters Club. Why not?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Let's go.
Mate, look, I'll tell you right now, our Punters Club and our Punters Club Presidente with Kizza does an absolute boatload of work. He gives you stats. He gives you bets from every betting agency to get the best price to be able to get you the best bet that you'd like to do. All you got to do is just join our Discord. You come into AFL. You go to Punters Club. And you don't have to pay anything. You don't have to do anything. You can just come in there and just have a look at Kizza's tips, because Kizza just loves this stuff. And not to mention, he's an absolute jet at it. I don't know how much he got last weekend. All I know is that he gave me an absolute belter last night on the what was it? Canada versus Australia Olympic basketball game that got up again. So thank you very much, El Presidente. We absolutely love you. He does GATS, which are goal kickers, height and nullity tendencies. We love that. He does darts as well, which is disposals, height and accumulation tendencies. We love them as well. He puts all these in there. So much information, so much good. We always like to bet together, so put your slips in there. And as we always say, no matter if you're betting $5, $10, $1, $100, whatever it is, you bet within your means, and you always locky bramble responsibly.
That's right. That's
Always.
exactly right, mate. Spot on. And this week I'm all over the Freo line against Essendon too. I think that is an absolute shoe-in for you at home. So,
like any upsets this week in the head-to-heads?
I think GWS will beat Hawthorn.
Okay.
I think North Melbourne will win.
That's not an upset.
I'm just going through the games now. West Coast will beat Gold Coast. Nah, that's about it.
I can get around that one. I think I'm looking more at disposals and goals. Kind of ones horse. I really like Hayden Young for a big game for Fremantle this week. I think he can definitely get off of it. And actually, look at this. We're getting a couple of boys tips in here, horse, which I actually don't mind. Corey's all on Port to beat Sydney, which I like. Freo's line is currently 10, horse.
Really?
Minus 9.5 for Fremantle.
It's already gone out. It was -7 about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago.
I can't believe it's that tight. That's unbelievable, horse. And Jasper's reckon Adelaide to upset Geelong in Geelong, which I actually do not mind at all.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and
Okay.
a couple of boys. Ian, Carlton lose. Joe reckons Pie W. I mean,
Nah.
I can't say that. I think Carlton would have so much fun spoiling Canterbury's parade, but that's what we'll see.
Yeah. And for those of you that are wondering, in case anyone wanted to check the credibility, I've chucked a few photos up in the Discord when Pendles and I did play in the same footy team together back in the day. So I have just put that up in the chat. Mate,
I hope you had the dreadlocks.
Let's get into some questions.
It's question time. Let's answer your questions for the week ahead.
Didn't your mum know what acne cream was, mate? Bloody hell.
Apparently not. No. That was a younger horse back in the day, brother.
It's a good looking horse.
Yeah. I wish. I'm no oil painting.
Oh, you are.
North getting the W this week, mate. Jasper? Yeah, I think they do too, mate.
Yep, I love that, Jasper. I wouldn't be going to the game if I didn't think we had a chance.
Deadly's punting wins came to good use because he's bought his plane ticket and he's on his way to watch footy with us in round 24, mate.
Hell yeah. Who are we going to watch?
I think, is it like Richmond, Gold Coast?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the one that wasn't going to be that packed. Hell yeah. Yeah. Love that.
So then we can have our select seating. We can all sit together, have a few frothies, talk footy, and then it'll be a good day.
We can nearly get the whole Discord in there, mate. I'll tell you that much. Bloody hell. At a Richmond Gold Coast game.
Fill it bloody 10 times over, yeah.
How good's that?
Horse, who has a higher average than Bradman in Supercoach this season? Easy. Skiddy.
Oh, stop it. I hope he means Donald.
Donald. Duggan! I think the only one who's matching Bradman this year is Flanders. He's the only one that's turned up every week. So
Deadly.
Yeah.
Deadly.
Everything else North Miss will go huge, and I'm all for it. Did you know that Robin Nahas is the North Ringwood player coach, but he is stepping down?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
The Relton Roberts Cup, that is a blast from the past. I still believe, I'll have to fact check this, but Relton Roberts is the only player in Supercoach history to retire averaging negative points.
Really?
Really?
Wow. That's a pretty good effort by him.
That's not bad, is he?
Negative points. What
he's
are you doing?
Not much.
Yeah, I was going to say he must have gone onto the ground, punched someone, and then it was done.
I think I remember his first game, he ended up on like -12 or something. like to finish the game, and then he's been tearing up leagues up Swan Hill, Mildura way of late, so he is still playing footy.
Good on him.
Deadly, you're absolutely spot on, mate. Matt Barnes with Kobe, the best non-flinch. Yeah,
Loved that. That was so good. So good.
Ian Johnson's going to buy us a beer at the footy. Bloody legend.
Mate, you've already given us, buddy, enough. We'll buy it, all right, with the donation you've given us.
Yep, I am buying him his footy ticket. We got him.
Attaboy.
Joe, Skiddy, how do you reckon North will go against the Tigers this week?
Look, Joe, let me just say it to you like this, brother. I'm going to the game. I have some level of confidence because the last game I went to this year was North versus Hawthorn, and I nearly punched out a 14-year-old Hawthorn supporter in front of me because he didn't shut up. And I get really angry sometimes, as maybe some of you guys have seen. So if I don't think we have a chance, then I'm not going. But I'm going to the game, so I'll be there. I'll have my weakest piss be better hoodie on, and I'll be happy to throw my North shit onto the field.
And you'll give us some live updates in the Discord.
Yeah, bloody oath. Yeah.
Good boy. Stocker may go to someone. Who does St Kilda play?
Brisbane.
Does Stocker go to Neil?
Can he run with Neil? Maybe Dunkley seems probably a bit more right. I don't know if he can keep up with Neil.
Actually, you know what? Corey Blackledge did get 8 once.
He did get 8
because he picked the Nathan Cracker for Gold Coast one.
Yeah, I do remember that actually. Yeah. And as soon as I said it, I realized that I had stuffed up. So I apologize, Corey. So Corey and Chizza both on 8. So we're getting close.
Up the Discord. Yep, bloody oath, mate.
Love that.
Your mate Grant 007, the cousin of James Bond 007. McCluggage, since buying a contract, may have shown his best form. Yeah, he's been really good.
Yeah. I think he's been all right. I think he's been bloody up and down. I think he's been way more consistent than he normally had been. Yeah.
Kizza, Horse, who do you like better, Brandon, Zerk, Thatcher, or Mackay? Thoughts on Fantasia and Chesser? Jasper's very keen on that.
Hey, our man Herbie Bull's going to be there at the game as well.
He is. He's coming around 24. I've spoken to him on the phone, and he is going to be there. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that miss and Herbie Bull, he will be with Skiddy and I around 24 at that game as well.
Yep, can't wait to say that.
Our man, the poker champion. He's a Jordan Ridley owner here. Do I see how McKersha goes as D7 and Rowell as a mid loop, then make the decision to whether to trade Ridley to a defender or a mid, or if both Rowell and McKersha play well, save the trade? Yep, you've nailed it and won there, mate.
Yep, I agree there.
Be patient. You don't have to use your trades at the start of the round.
Yeah, big time. If you were looking for a good defender, I'd be looking at Tom Stewart if you can.
Yeah. Rowell and McKersha, do they play before? They do play before the Geelong game too, so he's got time.
They do. Yep, he does.
Smart move, Mick.
Yep, love that, Mickey.
Ian Johnson, one for the Punters Club. I have a share in 3 greyhounds going around this Saturday night in Ipswich. All right. Let us know, mate.
Put him in the dogs. Yep, put him in the dogs. Yep. Absolutely love that.
KFC don't sponsor. It's a Swish gift voucher now.
What the fuck is Swish?
What's Swish?
Is that the Ricky Ponting vitamin supplements?
Oh, they're giving away vitamins.
Tired, stressed, you feel better on... Is it Swish? No, maybe it's not.
Tired, stressed, you'd feel better with the Zinger box. Now, Wiggers piss, be better.
Right.
Nice hands under the biceps to make them look... Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, you got me. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, our man with the tennis, Giovanni card to win ATP, $2.10. Mate,
sounds good to me.
Deadly is all over the tennis. I'm backing him in, 100%. What else have we got here, mate?
The boys have just said to us, it's a celebrity shout out thing. I couldn't give a fuck. Where's my KFC? I want popcorn chicken.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Oh, Kizza said that Winnie Blues averages more than Bradman. You're absolutely right.
Oh, he's got it.
And you know who would know that? That's right from a suit Newstead.
Home loans, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, who was that? Who asked Petty for a Switch video earlier in the year? I know someone was trying to tee it up. Was that Ian? I know one of the funny bastards was trying to...
No, it was Deadly because he knocked it back, I reckon.
Oh, that's right. He did. That's right.
Horse, is Clive Rose a trade in this week? Oh, he absolutely is. He's a bit of a bowler.
Oh,
cricket.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
That's very
there anything
funny.
else here? To you, Skiddy, don't throw your scarf on the ground when they lose.
No, I won't, mate. No, I'm pretty sure that was directed at you, Horse. I don't care if we lose. I'm at that stage, mate, where I can just sit there and be happy with us trying.
And I was wrong about Relton Roberts, but it turns out he's worse than Chesser because in the 3 years that he played, he averaged 14, 15, and 13.
Damn, that is not bad by him. And
I'll tell you what, he's consistent.
Mate, he's definitely worse than Chesser, obviously. Chesser's elite. Yeah, elite. Horse, we've got a couple of questions for you here. One, does the cone stay with the dogs?
I think he does now. Yep.
Yeah.
He's found some real form there now. Yeah.
But yeah,
how much more dangerous do the Western Bulldogs look now with him down there?
Unbelievably more dangerous. He was 1 foot at the door. So yeah, I think that's absolutely. I think he's going to stay too, and I reckon he looks so much better for the dogs down there. As we said, cat dog. Dog down back, cat up front, 100%. Deadly. Should I trade Doncic for Jonas Jerebko and 2 second rounders? Nah, mate. I think I'd hold Luca in that equation. Jonas Jerebko,
throw in Sean Bradley.
Shithouse. Oh, that's not a bad shout by you. As Trump offended. Oh, jeez. Does Sardis leave this year, Horse?
Not unless he's part of a package for Harley Reid.
Right. So that's what you're saying, though.
Yep.
Right. Gotcha. And Corey wants to correct you. In the 2 games that he played, he got a 15, 13.
Okay, so average 14.
Yeah.
And Mick,
beautiful.
You are absolutely coming to the footy, mate. I will put it in the Discord as soon as they release times and what's going on with the AFL. We will put it up in the Discord, and everyone will know exactly our movements for the day. And it will be a pretty big day. It'll be a good day.
Yeah, bloody oath. Deadly. I don't mind it, but I feel like you can get better value out of him if you get him later on in the draft. Remember, George Hill is a great source of every stat. You're welcome.
Mate, before we knock off for the evening, tell the boys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages at home, about your NBA and how well that's cracking along.
Yeah, so me, Matty G, Matrix, and Melly, we're all putting out our draft boards soon. We'll be getting those into fruition and getting them out there. I can't remember exactly how much they cost, but if you come into the Discord and go into NBA, I'm sure the boys will be able to sort you out there, and there'll be much more content coming out about it soon enough. I can give you I'll give my boys a little bit of a teaser, Mickey. So there was a post that went up today. Matrix, he reckons that SGA is going to be his number 1 in fantasy drafts. For me, it is Victor Wembanyama is number 1 for me. Why? Because blocks are a little bit more scarce of a category. I feel like if you get Wemby, you pretty much put yourself ahead in that blocks category, and then you only need probably maybe one more player that you can get further down. While if you go Jokic or Shea, you get a bit more of help in the assist category, but I feel like there's a lot more assist plays that you can get further down in drafts this year. Hence why I feel like Victor Wembanyama is the number 1 guy, and he gets Chris Paul with him, which is just even more.
So if you're in a league, and I know we're going off track with AFL a little bit here, if you're in a league with triple doubles as a category, are you still choosing Wemby at 1, or are you going Jokic?
I'm calling up the commissioner, telling him he's a fuckhead, and I'm leaving that one straight away. But in that case, no, I would go Jokic.
Okay.
I still don't hate Jokic as number 1. I do not mind it. I would just prefer Wemby because I feel like he can get more of it.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do like your NBA chat, you will have Skiddy all year with the NBA. I'll jump in occasionally and say my 2 cents. But when we're talking professionals, Skiddy is the man. You got something to bring up?
Yeah. Ian just wanted to quickly know if Max is still there. Max, my man, come get your damn footy. I'm just going to throw it over the damn fence. All right. You can, and hopefully you come find it again, mate. It's got, I'm just going to write his name on it again. It's obviously got water damage to it, but come on, Maxie.
We might even take it to the footy with us and kick it around. What do you reckon?
Mate, it is this big. It is tiny.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be running cash leagues and all that sort of jazz with our NBA as well. So if you are interested, please jump in our Discord, click the NBA link if you want to hear more NBA type stuff, we'll get you involved. We're going to be running mock drafts. We're going to be running leagues. If you want to be involved, just let us know and we will get you there. Before we knock off each night, Skiddy and I have taken a vow to bring up and talk about mental health and break that stigma. So ladies and gentlemen, it's okay not to be okay. And it's not weak to speak. So if you're not feeling right, if you're feeling a bit down, if your thoughts are a bit clouded inside your head, ring a mate, ring your parents, ring a friend, call the helplines, text someone, text Skiddy and I, write your thoughts down on a piece of paper, go for a walk, get some fresh air. It's never as bad as it seems once you give yourself some time to think about it. So ladies and gentlemen, Skiddy and I, again, we're very big on the mental health aspect. And we want you to know that if you're not okay, that it is okay. We're here to talk if you like. If not, that's fine as well. You will find the best way to be able to deal with it. But just so you know, our inboxes are open if you ever need to chat. We've also got a ripping Discord where people help out each other. They communicate. They're happy to chat around mental health as well. So if you are struggling and you don't want to speak to Jake and I, there are other people in there as well. So, yeah, we're good for it, lads. We're solid. And if you want to keep it private, you can speak to us privately. You've got our word that we're not going around spruiking or we don't talk about what you're going through in your personal lives. But at the same time, you are welcome to talk in an open forum if you want to share your experiences. So, yeah. Anything you'd like to add on that, mate?
I just want to say, like, how much we love all you beautiful bastards in the chat. And look how much support that the boys are going already. Like, everyone's saying that their inbox is open and the love and the sharing is just absolutely fantastic in there. So very much appreciate you, beautiful group. Love all that. Joe, love that Wemby for most improved. Boys, chuck that into the punters club. Appreciate all you guys. Appreciate you, Horse. You're an absolute gem and a superstar of everything that you do. So let's just keep riding this wave. Love it.
Yep.
Round 21, baby.
Unfortunately, we've only got 2-3 weeks left after this week. So we really need to knuckle down, ladies and gentlemen, and get our teams right. So you guys at home win your grand finals, win some cash or bragging rights amongst family and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do us for this evening. Okay. We're going to be back Sunday evening at this stage. It is my son's birthday, but I love doing this with you guys at home. And if I get permission from him, I'll be back. So we'll see you on Sunday night for our review as to what's happened in round 21. And again, Friday night, the Discord, we're going to get the chat group open. You'll see there that I've opened it up. It's got a little microphone next to it. If you want to jump in, chat footy while watching, go nuts. It's all there. But as you know, don't be a flog in there. Be a good bloke, and there's no issues. This is Skiddy. Bye. I'm the Horse, and this has been another episode of the Inside AFL Fantasy Podcast. We'll see you Sunday.
Go Roos.